Hello, Dot Hackers! Today it was announced that Dothack G Last Recode will be coming to the Nintendo Switch, the first time a Dothack game has made it on the Nintendo. This is a strict port from the 2017 version of Dothack G Last Recode for the PS4 and Steam. Early this morning we saw videos and screenshots of the upcoming release of Dothack G Last Recode for Nintendo Switch. We also saw different editions, the Standard Edition and as the Begins Edition, which will come with the game, a short little booklet of Dothack Begins, the case, and a 15-track compact disc album. Dothack G Begins is a short little novel or webcomic that will fill in people between Dothack Sign, Dothack Roots, leading up to Dothack GU. And all of this is going to be released on March 10th, 2022. As far as I know at the time of recording, this should be a worldwide release, meaning it will be physical in Japan and hopefully throughout Europe. Those have been confirmed on their social medias that it's coming to those regions, but whether it's physical or eShop, we don't know. And we have not heard anything yet from Bandai Namco US or in a few other locations. But there was a YouTube video showing off the gameplay for the Nintendo Switch version that you can find on Bandai Namco's YouTube channel. And all this is leading up to next year's 2022, which is the 20th anniversary of the Dothack series as a whole. And it looks like they're going to be using the April Dothack Sign release as the date for the 20th anniversary. So let's take a look at what happened this morning and let's see what we can find. So this was the first post at 6:07 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, December 2nd, about Dothack G Last Recode Nintendo Switch 2022 on March 10th. This is the link to the YouTube video on their Twitter account on Dothack Official. Nintendo Switch version Dothack G Last Recode will be released on March 10th, 2022. This contains the 4 parts of the GU series, Volume 1 through Volume 4 in one. A new trailer that introduces this work for each volume is also released. Please take a look. Followed up a minute later, they talk about Dothack G Begins. And like I said, this is going to be a short little webcomic and will make its way into a physical form in the Begins edition, which is the limited edition of the Nintendo Switch version. And it says, the original comic Dothack G Begins, which is a condensed version of the 3 stories leading up to Dothack GU, will be serialized in this account. If you read this, even those who have never touched the Dothack series can enjoy Last Recode 120%, scheduled to be updated weekly from December 16th. So December 16th, on the official Last Recode Nintendo Switch page, we will see chapters of this webcomic released on a weekly basis. And moving along, this was the third post that they've made, and this one discusses the Begin edition, which is their version of the limited edition. The Begins edition, which includes the bound version of the comic Dothack G Begins and the original soundtrack containing GU series songs, will also be released at the same time. Check the official website for details tomorrow, which will be released on the 3rd. So after this, if you began circulating on all the Bandai Namco accounts on Twitter, you would have seen they had Bandai Namco Europe posting about this. You had Bandai Namco France, Bandai Namco United Kingdom, Bandai Namco España, which is Spain, and even later in the day, Bandai Namco AU for Australia. But unfortunately, we have not heard anything, whether it was on the official site, the Dothack official Twitter account, or any of the previous Bandai Namco pages, and including on the Bandai Namco US, no announcement of Dothack G Last Recode on the Nintendo Switch. Which is kind of frustrating when you realize that the ESRB rating was approved way back in August. So let's take a look at some of those pages. So this is the official Bandai Namco Dothack page. Used to be Dothack Channel or .japan. Now it's hack.bn-entertainment.net. And if you click on this image here, you will be taken to the main website for the Nintendo Switch, which is hackgul.bn-ent.net/NSW for Nintendo Switch. And up here on the top corner, you'll see the 20th anniversary logo. Over here on the far right, you'll see the Nintendo Switch icon. You'll see 2022, March 10th, Thursday, for the release date. And right here in the middle is a little reminder about GU Begins. I imagine this will be the link you'll click on to read the comic on the 16th. Here we have little links to their Twitter and different topics. And we have a little blurb about Welcome to the World, as well as what is Dothack GU Last Recode, being the 4 main volumes: Rebirth, Reminiscence, Redemption, and Reconnection, which was the new chapter release or new volume for Dothack GU, released on 2017, November. Here we have a little bit of screenshots about the mechanics of the game. The YouTube trailer right here in the middle. And here's a little blurb for those of you who have never heard of Dothack. What is Dothack? Let's find out. Set in the fictional network game The World, this is a general term for a series of projects based on a story that depicts the players involved in the incident from both the game and the real world. The project started in April 2002, which that's a little misnomer. They're actually going off the anime Dothack Signs release date, but not using the video game, which was in June 2002 in Japan. Nor are they using the first publication of Dothack Legend of the Twilight, which was released December 10th, 2001, which is 7 days from now. But anyway, the project started in April 2002 with the broadcast of the TV animation Dothack Sign, and has been developing media mixes such as comics, novels, radio, OVAs, and specialized magazines, and is located at the center of them all. The feature is that it is in a game, with its overwhelming cross-media development and unprecedented sales style of 4 volumes including DVD video. It will be supported by game users all around the world, and 2022 will celebrate the 20th anniversary of the series. So moving along, here we talk about the Dothack GU Last Recode Begins edition, which is the limited edition for the Nintendo Switch. You get the game in a traditional Nintendo Switch cart or case. You get the little booklet for Dothack GU Begins, and it states, original comics that condense the 3 stories of Dothack Sign, Dothack Roots that lead to GU, and a collection of setting materials for the artwork of this work, such as characters and art backgrounds, on page 188. Recording, not sure what that means. The contents of the comics are the same as those published for free on the official website, which will be December 16th. The setting material collection is a partial excerpt from the already released Dothack GU Complete Setting Material Collection Dothack Archives Volume 2 Black and Dothack GU Last Recode Complete Setting Material Collection. It is a reprint. So it looks like they're taking some character designs, artworks that were used in the Dothack Archives series, Volume 2 and Volume 6, I believe. And they're putting it on the back of this physical webcomic version of Dothack Begins. The original soundtrack, which is called The Best of GU, an album CD containing 15 songs from the GU series, including not only the games, but also GU-related anime songs. So what this tells me is Dothack Roots, Dothack GU Game Original Soundtrack 1, Dothack Game GU, or Dothack GU Game Original Soundtrack 2, and Dothack GU Last Recode Original Soundtrack that was released with the premium edition of 2017's version, will be 15 of those songs on this CD here. What songs they decided to choose, I have no idea at this time. We'll have to find out next year on March 10th, 2022. And of course the special box, which is a reuse of the premium edition from 2017. The only difference, it says beginner or Begins Edition down at the bottom. But they also state that the design, content, specifications are subject to change without notice. So these are just placeholders. They can change during development or until the actual release. And here we have pre-orders starting to be posted for Amazon and for Asobi store. If you click here for details, they do not work at this time. They don't go to anything in particular. There's no URL for product codes for either of these. But you will be getting a bonus item for pre-ordering it from these websites, from Amazon or Asobi. You'll get a desktop wallpaper or a poster. But Asobi Store Special Edition, which is the Office set, will be including a leather card holder, a neck strap, a notebook type for smartphone case, and a canvas daily tote. So if you decide to pre-order from Asobi Store, you'll be getting a lot more than just the Begins Edition. Now, where the specs are for Dothack GU Last Recode, released Thursday, March 10th, 2022, the price will be 4,980 Japanese yen before tax. So tax will be included on top of that if you're ordering from Japan. The download version will be the same price. So this tells me that there's going to be an eShop version as well. You'll have the physical version and an eShop version for the Nintendo Switch. Then you'll also have the Begins Edition, which is only available as a physical release only. There is no download version for the Begins Edition. And that will retail for 6,480 Japanese yen before tax. And it will be for the Nintendo Switch, which should work on all three versions: the original Switch, the Switch Lite, and the Switch OLED models. It's a single-player game. It is not multiplayer. It is an action RPG. So for those who are asking what genre Dothack GU is, it's an action RPG. And the Sero age rating for this game is B in Japan. So here's some specifications that they compare between the Nintendo Switch, the PlayStation 4, and the Steam version. Your resolution for the Nintendo Switch will be 1920 by 1080 if you're in the TV mode. If you're in the mobile mode, it will be 1280 by 720. Now on PS4, it was 1920 by 1080, just like the TV mode on the Switch. If you had a PS4 Pro, you actually had 3840 by 2160. And on Steam, you had the 1920 by 1080. One thing that's interesting is the frames per second for the Switch version, regardless if it's in TV or mobile, it will be capped at 30 frames per second. Right here, your frames per second will be 30, whereas on PS4 and on Steam is 60 frames per second. And the capacity of the game will require 11 gigabytes on the Nintendo Switch on your micro SD card. Now, I'm uncertain if this is an addition if you had the physical cart or if this is the eShop size. That is not denoted anywhere here stating what this is referring to. Over here, however, depending on which version of the PS4 you have, it's around 33 to 34 gigabytes of space. And if you have the PC Steam version, it's 40 gigabytes of space. But others have reported in that their size of their game is 55 gigabytes, which is quite interesting why these numbers are all over the place. And you can use your Joy-Cons or your Nintendo Switch Pro controllers. Here they have some resolution comparisons between the PS4, PS4 Pro, and a Nintendo Switch, whether the Switch is in TV mode or mobile mode. They only give 3 examples for each category, and personally, I can't really tell much of a difference. And that's all there is on the official website for the Nintendo Switch. Over here on the Asobi store website, they have the Asobi Special Edition Office Set, the one that included with all those extra features on top of the Begins Edition, will be retailing for 13,728 Japanese yen. And then they also have the limited edition, which does not come with the bonus features from Asabi's website. And these do include the taxes. So we're looking at 7,128 Japanese yen for the limited edition. And for the base game is 5,487 Japanese yen. And a reminder, the Asabi Store limited edition will be including a leather card holder, a neck strap, a notebook type smartphone case, and a canvas daily tote. And once again, the contents, the name, and specifications are subject to change without notice. So there's no pictures of any of these yet, so we don't know what the final look will be, but when it does, we'll be sure to report it here. And as a reminder, back in August, Dothack GU Last Recode for Bandai Namco Entertainment of America was rated for the ESRB T for Teen on the Nintendo Switch, right here on their website. So we know that it was approved, but we still have not seen anything regarding a North American for US and Canada release yet. So hopefully we'll hear soon about the North American release. Regardless, if you have a Nintendo Switch, you can always put in a Japanese cart into the Switch and it will work regardless of region. And the Southeast Asia version of Dothack GU Last Recode coming to the Nintendo Switch is already in English. So if you have to get one, make sure if you're an English speaking country, make sure you get the SEA version if there is no North American release. But again, I'm pretty sure we're just waiting for Bandai Namco US to make their announcement. And hopefully we'll hear that soon, because it will be great to have Dothack GU on the go and on a Nintendo console for the very first time. And that's all I have for you guys. So be sure to check out Dothack Network on your favorite social media, whether it's Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok. We are on all locations. And thank you for watching.